Far beyond the reach of human hands, in the infinite canvas of the night sky, there lived a small but radiant star named Nova. Nova was not the largest, nor the most dazzling, but she had a unique glow that shimmered like warm honey. Her light danced playfully across the heavens, bringing comfort to those who gazed up at the night. She especially loved how children on earth would whisper their dreams to her, trusting her to carry their wishes to the universe. For Nova, nothing was more joyful than being a part of those tender moments. Every night, Nova would twinkle with all her might, pouring her heart into her glow. She took pride in her place among the constellations, even if she was smaller than most of her neighbors. "You may be tiny," the old North Star would often tell her, "but your light reaches hearts farther than you could imagine." These words stayed with her, fueling her determination to shine brighter each night. One evening, as the twilight sky deepened into darkness, Nova noticed something unusual. Her golden glow, which usually sprang to life effortlessly, was dimmer than usual. She tried to twinkle harder, squeezing every bit of light from within, but her shine remained faint. The other stars didn't seem to notice, their brilliance as steady and vibrant as ever. Nova's heart sank. "What's wrong with me?" she wondered aloud. As the hours passed, Nova's glow grew even weaker. The vastness of the sky, once her comforting home, now felt overwhelming and cold. She looked down at the earth below, where children played under the stars, and felt a pang of sadness. "What if I can no longer help them make their wishes?" she thought, her small light flickering with uncertainty. Determined to find answers, Nova decided to seek help. In the far reaches of the sky, nestled among the constellations, lived the wise old moon. The moon's light was not as sharp as the stars, but it was calm, steady, and full of ancient wisdom. Nova had always admired the moon's serene glow, and she hoped it could guide her now. Summoning her courage, she began her journey across the sky, her dim light trailing faintly behind her. When Nova finally reached the moon, it was resting low on the horizon, casting a silver glow over the earth. The moon turned its soft, luminous face toward Nova and greeted her warmly. "Little star," the moon said, its voice deep and gentle, "why do you wander so far from your place tonight?" Nova's voice trembled as she replied, "Wise moon, something is wrong with me. My glow is fading, and no matter how hard I try, I can't shine like I used to. How will I help the children with their wishes if my light disappears?" The moon regarded Nova with kind eyes, its expression thoughtful. After a moment it spoke. "Ah, little one, even the brightest stars need rest and renewal. Your glow hasn't disappeared. It has simply dimmed because your heart is tired." Nova tilted her head, confused. "But how can I make my heart feel better?" The moon's smile widened, its glow soft and reassuring. "Happiness, dear Nova, is the brightest fuel for any light. When you bring joy to others, even if it seems small, your own glow will grow stronger. Share what you have, no matter how little it feels, and your light will return." Nova listened intently, the moon's words sparking a tiny flicker of hope within her. She looked down at her faint glow, unsure if it would be enough to help anyone. But if there was even a chance the moon was right, she had to try. She thanked the moon and began her journey back to her place in the sky, ready to seek out ways to share her light. As she floated through the dark expanse, she couldn't help but wonder what acts of kindness she might find along the way. As Nova floated back to her place in the sky, her mind buzzed with the moon's words. She looked around at the vast expanse of stars twinkling above her, wondering how she could bring joy to others when her light was so dim. Just then, she noticed a cluster of stars whispering together nearby. Among them was a young star named Vega, who seemed to be struggling to find her spot in the night. Nova drifted closer, her glow faint but steady. "Vega," she called softly. "What's the matter?" Vega turned, her light flickering with frustration. "Oh, Nova, I just can't seem to get my twinkle right. Everyone else makes it look so easy, but my light feels all wrong. It's either too bright or too dim, and I'm afraid the earth won't notice me at all." Nova felt a pang of empathy. She understood that feeling of not being enough. "I know what it's like to struggle," Nova said gently. "But even if your light feels imperfect, it still has a place in the sky. Maybe I could help you practice your twinkle." Vega's light brightened slightly. "You do that for me?" "Of course," Nova replied, her heart warming. "We stars have to look out for one another." The two stars began practicing together, Nova guiding Vega with patience and care. "Try starting with a gentle shimmer," Nova suggested. "Then let your light grow steadily brighter, like a candle flame growing stronger." Vega followed Nova's advice, her twinkle gradually becoming more balanced and confident. Nova cheered her on, her own light flickering slightly brighter as she encouraged her new friend. After a while, Vega's glow stabilized into a steady, radiant twinkle. She beamed with pride. "Thank you, Nova. I couldn't have done it without you." Nova smiled, feeling a small spark of joy ignite within her. "You did all the hard work, Vega. I just reminded you of the light you already had." As Nova returned to her place in the sky, she noticed something remarkable. Her own glow, though still faint, seemed a little warmer than before. The moon's words echoed in her mind. "Happiness is the brightest fuel for any light." Helping Vega had brought a flicker of happiness to her heart, and with it, a small piece of her glow had returned. Nova's thoughts were interrupted by a soft voice calling her name. She turned to see a tiny star, barely visible in the vastness of the night. The star's light was so dim it was almost invisible, but its voice was filled with determination. "Nova," the little star said, "can you help me? I'm afraid my light is too small to make a difference." Nova hesitated for only a moment before nodding. "Of course I'll help you," she said, her glow flickering with renewed strength. "Let's see what we can do together." Nova stayed close to the tiny star, whose name was Lyra. Lyra's glow was so faint that it seemed to vanish against the darkness of the night, but Nova could sense the determination in her soft voice. "I want to shine like the others," Lyra said, "but no matter how hard I try, my light feels too small to matter." Nova floated beside her, radiating a gentle warmth. "Every light matters, Lyra," she said kindly. "Even the smallest spark can brighten the darkest skies. Let's find a way to bring out your glow together." Lyra hesitated, unsure of what Nova meant. "But what if my light isn't enough?" she asked timidly. Nova gave her a reassuring smile. "Why don't we start small? Imagine your glow as a tiny seed. With patience and care, it will grow stronger." She paused, thinking of how to inspire her new friend. "Let's play a little game," she said. "Can you try to light up the tip of that distant cloud over there?" Lyra peered into the vastness of the sky, spotting a wispy cloud far below. It seemed impossibly far, but she nodded. "I'll try," she whispered. She closed her eyes, focusing all her energy on sending a tiny beam of light toward the cloud. At first, nothing happened. Then, a faint shimmer appeared on the cloud's edge, as delicate as a firefly's glow. Lyra gasped. "I did it," she exclaimed, her voice filled with wonder. "You did," Nova cheered, her own light brightening in encouragement. "See? Even the smallest glow can travel far." Lyra beamed with pride, her light growing slightly stronger. "What should I try next?" she asked eagerly. Nova thought for a moment. "Why don't we send your light to Earth?" she suggested. "There's a quiet meadow where fireflies dance. If you can send a twinkle to join them, it will make the meadow even more magical." Lyra's excitement was contagious. She focused again, her light flickering with effort. A small golden twinkle traveled through the night and reached the meadow below, where it joined the fireflies in their gentle dance. From above, it looked as though the earth itself was sparkling in response. Nova's heart swelled with joy as she watched Lyra's confidence grow. "See, Lyra, your light has already brought beauty to the world, and the more you share it, the brighter it will become." Lyra turned to Nova, her tiny glow now steady and warm. "Thank you, Nova. I couldn't have done it without you." Nova shook her head, her own light twinkling softly. "You've always had that light inside you, Lyra. I just reminded you it was there." As Lyra practiced her glow, Nova noticed something remarkable. Her own light was growing stronger with every moment she spent helping others. The moon's words echoed once more in her heart. "Happiness is the brightest fuel for any light." Nova felt a surge of hope. If helping others could bring her light back, perhaps she could shine even brighter than before. She looked around the vast night sky, wondering who else might need her help. She was ready to share her light, no matter how small it felt, and to remind others that their glow mattered too. As Nova drifted through the starry sky, she noticed a faint hum in the distance. Following the sound, she discovered a group of stars gathered in a tight circle. They seemed to be whispering nervously, their light flickering with unease. Nova approached cautiously, her glow now steady but still soft. "Is something wrong?" she asked, her voice gentle and warm. One of the stars turned toward her. He was larger than Nova, with a pale blue glow that seemed dimmer than it should be. "It's the starry river," he said, nodding toward a shimmering band of light that flowed through the sky. "It's fading, and we don't know why. Without the river's glow, the night will lose some of its magic." Nova gazed at the starry river. It was indeed dim, its once brilliant glow reduced to a faint shimmer. "Have you tried to restore it?" she asked. The group of stars exchanged uncertain glances. "We don't know how," said another, her voice trembling. "The river's glow has always just been there. We're afraid to lose it completely." Nova took a deep breath, her small light flickering with determination. "Maybe I can help," she said. "If we work together, we might be able to reignite its glow." The stars looked at Nova surprised. "But your light is so faint," one of them said hesitantly. "How can you restore the river?" Nova smiled softly. "Sometimes, even the smallest lights can make a big difference," she replied. "Let's try, together." The stars nodded, their own glows strengthening with hope. Nova floated closer to the starry river and extended a tiny beam of light toward its shimmering surface. "Focus on your happiest memories," she told the others. "The times when your light shone brightest. Share that joy with the river." One by one, the stars joined her, sending beams of light filled with their fondest memories into the river. The memories sparkled like tiny jewels, a first twinkle noticed by Earth's children, a playful dance among comets, a night spent shining over a snowy landscape. Nova felt her own light grow warmer as she added her memories to the mix, helping Vega, guiding Lyra, and the moment she first realized her glow still had value, the starry river began to change. Its faint shimmer grew stronger, transforming into a radiant stream of light that flowed across the sky. The stars cheered as the river's brilliance returned, its glow illuminating the night with a magical sparkle. "You did it, Nova," the pale blue star exclaimed. "Your light made the difference." Nova shook her head, her glow now steady and bright. "We did it together," she said. "The river's glow comes from all of us. It's a reminder that when we share our light, we create something even more beautiful." The stars nodded in agreement, their lights twinkling with renewed strength. Nova felt a warmth in her heart, unlike anything she'd ever experienced. The moon's words rang true. Happiness is the brightest fuel for any light. And in helping others, Nova had found her own glow again. With the starry river glowing brightly once more, Nova felt a sense of pride she hadn't experienced in a long time. Her journey had been filled with challenges, but with each step, she had grown stronger, her light more radiant. Still, she knew her work wasn't done. Somewhere out there, another star might be struggling, just as she had been. As Nova drifted away from the gathering of stars, she noticed a faint glimmer far on the horizon. The light was erratic, flickering on and off like a candle struggling against the wind. Nova's curiosity and compassion drew her toward it. When she arrived, she found a tiny star named Solis, trembling in the vast darkness. "What's wrong?" Nova asked softly, her glow illuminating Solis's tear-streaked face. I don't know how to shine," Solis admitted, her voice barely audible. "Whenever I try, it feels like my light isn't good enough. All the other stars seem so much brighter." Nova's heart ached at Solis's words. She remembered how it felt to doubt her own glow, to wonder if it mattered. "Your light is unique, Solis," she said gently. "And just because it feels small doesn't mean it isn't important. Would you like me to help you find it?" Solis nodded hesitantly. "But what if I fail?" she whispered. "Even if you stumble, it's part of learning," Nova reassured her. "Every flicker, every spark, brings you closer to shining brightly." Nova guided Solis to a quiet part of the sky, where the darkness was calm and still. "Close your eyes," she instructed. "Think of something that makes you happy. Maybe it's the way the comets dance, or the sound of the starry river flowing. Focus on that feeling and let it fill you up." Solis closed her eyes tightly, her small form trembling. Slowly, a faint glimmer began to emerge, like a tiny ember catching fire. I think I feel it," she said, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and excitement. "Keep going," Nova encouraged. "Your light is beautiful, Solis. Let it grow." With Nova's guidance, Solis's light grew steadier, brighter. Her glow began to illuminate the space around her, casting a soft golden hue that shimmered like stardust. Solis opened her eyes, astonished by the transformation. "I'm shining," she exclaimed, her voice filled with wonder. "You always could," Nova said, smiling warmly. "Sometimes all we need is a little encouragement to believe in ourselves." Solis's glow brightened even more as her confidence grew. She twirled and danced in the sky, leaving trails of light behind her. Nova watched with a sense of fulfillment, her own glow steady and bright. She realized that helping others shine didn't dim her own light, it made it stronger. As Solis twirled one last time, she turned to Nova and said, "Thank you, Nova. You've shown me that even small stars can shine brightly." Nova smiled. "Never forget, Solis. The night sky is made of countless stars, each one unique and special. Together, we create a beautiful tapestry of light. Solis nodded, her glow steady and confident. And as the two stars drifted together through the vast sky, their combined light illuminated the darkness, reminding every star they passed that their glow, no matter how small, could brighten the world. As Solis continued to glow brighter, Nova stayed by her side, offering gentle words of encouragement. But soon, the quiet peace of their moment was interrupted by a ripple of excitement spreading through the night sky. Stars from all corners were gathering, their lights converging into a grand and radiant display. Nova and Solis turned to see what was happening. In the distance, the starry river shimmered more brilliantly than ever before. A celestial celebration was unfolding, one that only occurred when the sky itself wanted to honor something extraordinary. The stars were singing, their hums weaving together a melody that carried a message of hope and unity. "Why are they celebrating?" Solis asked, her golden glow reflecting the brilliance around them. Nova smiled, her light shimmering with a newfound wisdom. "They're celebrating you, Solis. They see your light and the courage it took to find it, but they're also celebrating the reminder that even the smallest spark can ignite a beautiful blaze." The young star gazed at the spectacle in awe. "I never thought I could be part of something so amazing," she whispered, her voice filled with wonder. "You always were," Nova replied. "Every star, no matter how small, has a role to play in the vast expanse of the universe. Your light adds to the beauty of it all." As the celebration continued, other stars began to approach Nova and Solis. Some were as small as Solis, while others were older, their light steady and wise. They shared their stories of struggles, fears, and the moments they discovered their own glow. Each tale reminded Solis of the truth Nova had shared. Every star has a unique journey, but together their lights create the magic of the night sky. When the celebration finally quieted, and the stars began to drift back to their places in the universe, Solis turned to Nova with a determined glow. "Thank you for helping me find my light," she said. "Now, I want to help others the way you helped me." Nova's heart swelled with pride. "That's the most beautiful thing about finding your light. It gives you the power to share it." The two stars twinkled together for a moment longer before parting ways, each setting out on their own journey. Nova continued to wander the skies, her glow now steady and unwavering, while Solis sought out other stars who needed a reminder of their inner brilliance. And so, the night sky sparkled a little brighter, a little warmer, as stars big and small shone with the confidence that their light mattered. Together, they painted the universe with hope, courage, and endless wonder.